Summary of the book, The War on Normal People, by Andrew Young. Andrew Young was the founder of the nonprofit organization Venture for America, and often made trips to cities like Baltimore, Cleveland, and New Orleans. He made an observation about the normal people living in America as compared to the people in the Silicon Valley bubble. He noticed that the average American faced several difficulties while accessing healthcare and education, and many of them were on drugs. He also noticed that the American economy was on the borderline of a major economic crisis, and the culprit was what many consider a boon: unprecedented technological advancements based on random samples. It has been found that the likelihood of all of your 5 closest friends completing their education is 0.3%. The average American lives from paycheck to paycheck. His life is not valued by the current system, which gives much more emphasis on efficiency and measures that help reduce costs. Young notes that things don't look like they are about to improve anytime soon. Around 95 million people who are in their working age are unemployed. This is majorly due to advancements in robotics, automation, and artificial intelligence, which have consumed and eliminated the need for millions of jobs. Young has termed this phenomenon the Great Displacement. Many economists compare the Industrial Revolution of the 19th century to the current circumstances. They point out that, just like during the Revolution, new jobs will come up that we have not yet imagined. As of 2007, the unemployment rate was 4.2%. This does not seem to be a major problem at first, but some facts prove otherwise. This percentage does not involve the people who have given up the search for jobs. Of the 5 million people who have lost their jobs since 2000, more than 40% are still unemployed. Many of these people rely on the Social Security disability insurance to get by. The SSDI department receives around 9,500 applications every business day, out of which 40% are approved. It is seen that, in the places where people have dropped out of jobs, the people on disability are also high. This means that these people might be cheating the system, but all the blame can't be put on them. With jobs getting eliminated, many people are faced with tough choices. Wealth is becoming concentrated in America. High achievers in universities are moving to the same set of cities like New York, Boston, San Francisco, and Washington, D.C. This pulls away from the local talent from smaller cities, and leads to the income disparity between smaller and larger cities. Considering that this income disparity is a result of market-driven capitalism, Young fears that it might lead to revolts or upheaval on a large scale. Peter Turchin, a scientist, has compared the current American state to that of France before the French Revolution. If you think that this outlook towards America looks unpromising, you would be relieved to know that the author is still optimistic. He believes that the worst can be avoided, provided the American government takes action. The author suggests the implementation of a universal basic income, and calls it the freedom dividend. He suggests that this dividend pays every American between the ages of 16 and 64 $12,000 without taking into consideration their work status or income. This dividend would increase with inflation, and would effectively bring everyone above the poverty line, which is at $11,770 today. To pay off this major cost of $1.3 trillion, he suggests placing a value-added tax on all goods and services you buy, provided you spend more than $12,000 in a year. To those who think this is a radical approach, you would be surprised to know that a fixed income was promised by President Richard Nixon, who called it the Family Assistance Plan. Some proponents of similar schemes include 18th-century American activist Thomas Paine, Martin Luther King Jr., and Bill Gates. However, this theory does have its skeptics, who insist that the extra cash available to people would be wasted on drugs and alcohol or used carelessly. Some argue that it would take away the people's will to work. An analysis by the Roosevelt Institute in 2017 proves otherwise. It forecasts that such a scheme could grow the economy at 12.56 to 13.1% per year by 2025, and enter 4.5 to 4.7 million people into the workforce. The author also notes how the American healthcare system continues to put profit before consideration for its patients. He notes that the amount of money people spend on healthcare does not justify the efficiency of the system and the health outcomes. He suggests reforming the healthcare sector by establishing a single-payer system where the government guarantees treatment at predetermined fixed costs. One way to do this would be to establish the National Medicare Insurance Program, which currently caters to people above 65 years of age, for everyone. This decision might face resistance from doctors, who will get paid less in this system. To counter this, the author suggests fixed wages for doctors, a model which has proven to be effective on small scales. The author wants to initiate a change in society that would put humans before profit. He calls it a move from market capitalism to human capitalism. Companies would be justifiably penalized for abusing the market and not considering human interests. He suggests a law, a Public Protection Against Market Abuse Act, that would require a company's CEO to be jailed for 1 month for every $100 million fined by the Justice Department. This could apply to the Sackler family and their company Purdue Pharma, which advertised that OxyContin is a non-addictive drug. The company was fined $635 million, which is meager compared to their wealth of over $14 billion. A more effective way could be 6-month jail time for the accused. It is high time that humans are put before financial gain, and the idea of human capitalism provides a ray of hope in otherwise not very inspiring circumstances.